So before I actually get into it, I don't make videos like this often, so I kind of jump around with the topic, so please watch the whole thing so that you can hear my explanation for certain things and reasonings and stuff like that. Okay, thank you. There's been a few micro incidents in my drama history, but the main thing I've noticed people point out and criticize me for and accuse me of is necrophilia, which, if you don't know, which considering you're on my channel, you probably do know what this word means, but it's an attraction towards real dead people. And people have been claiming I'm a necrophile, based on some of my old artwork and projects. And it's shocking to hear, I know, but just because an artist draws or writes or does anything creative with a topic that is triggering or can be seen as offensive does not always mean it reflects upon the artist's own morals and character. And it's similar to that old thought that video games would cause violence. You know, how back in the day people would say stuff like that because video games have violence in them sometimes. But it doesn't always cause the person playing it to go out and kill somebody, and it's the same with an artist or writer. And for another example, it's like horror movie writers and directors. Just because they're having the character in the movie kill someone, grape someone with an R, torture someone, it doesn't make the writer or director a bad person or saying that they condone that. They're just showing a bad character who is bad doing something bad because the character is bad. And just like a horror movie director, I don't condone anything that happens in the map. I chose that topic because it is interesting in a horror way. I find it shocking, and it was meant for Halloween. It was meant to be scary and shocking, and clearly it worked. But what I wasn't expecting was for people to go digging through my old messages, old posts from years ago. Like, I'm talking about like 2020, 2021 through like 2024, back when I was still a minor. And they pulled, let's just say, quote unquote, proof of me being a necrophile and me being a degenerate, and using that as proof that Graveyard Lover is just some big self-insert thing for me. And if I could go in the past and tell myself to stop posting that stuff, I totally would, because it wasn't appropriate for me to be posting. I should have just kept it to myself. A lot of it was just vent art, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. And since there's nothing I can do about it, I've just been growing up from it. I don't ever post anything very obscene anymore. I used to post like crazy gore shit just to fuck with people. But, you know, since I've grown up and got the help that I needed for my issues, you don't see me doing that stuff anymore. And even though I've changed for the better, some people still like to bring up my past and say, oh, well, you did this, so you have to still be into it. And it's like, no, people change, bro. People... Okay, whatever. But you know what I mean. It's like, how can you expect someone to change and be better when you keep trying to pull them back down to their lowest point? It doesn't do anything except for make them feel bad, which in my case, it's probably what they want, but it just doesn't help. It doesn't do anything. Now look, if I was like 25 doing that shit, I'd understand calling me out. But I was around the 15, 17 era when the most of my concerning stuff was happening, and it showed a dramatic decrease once I was 17. I think that's when I really realized that maybe posting that stuff isn't a good idea and it's not cool, and I stopped posting that stuff and interacting with it. Graveyard Lover was never meant to romanticize, sexualize, or condone necrophilia. I made the map around Halloween time. I was expecting it to come out around Halloween. And I was thinking, how can I make my map stand out? How can I make my map different than the usual horror AU? So I got to thinking, necrophilia is pretty scary, pretty creepy, and it's a topic that isn't touched on a lot. So I thought it would be fun to write. I thought it would be interesting, and I thought it would catch people's eyes. And funny enough, I'm not the only person who's added necro themes in their Warrior Cats project. And I think people just get the wrong idea about the map, thinking it's about Ashfur being in love with her because she's dead, and oh my god, dead cat is so hot. He loves her because she is squirrel flight. That's his thing. He loves squirrel flight. And it doesn't matter if she's alive or dead, he's gonna love her either way. And that is what made writing it so interesting. Writing someone who loves another person, or in this case a cat, so much that no matter if they're dead or alive, they will love them the exact same way. So yeah, Graveyard Lover is definitely not for everyone, but nothing is made for everyone. There's always going to be things that are made for certain types of people, and Graveyard Lover is for those who like the strange, the macabre, and the out of the ordinary. And it's not my responsibility to make something that's for everyone. If you don't like it, just don't watch it, or block my channel. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to please everyone, and that's just the way content creating works. So yeah, I hope that was able to clear up the air a little bit with the controversy with Graveyard Lover and the controversy with me. Thank you for listening and hopefully changing your mind or realizing that the map isn't the worst thing in the world and that there's lots of other things going on in the world that matter a lot more than my rinky-dink Warrior Cats project. So with that being said, I am fixing Graveyard Lover a little bit. We're replacing a few parts, and I'm going to be adding a trigger warning at the beginning of the map, before you even watch it. So hopefully that will appease the masses, and thanks for listening.